Greetings to all of you, my beautiful souls. I just want to take this time right now just to thank you, get you caught up on what's really going on. I really loved all of your emails, your questions, your concerns, asking me, where are you? I hope all is well. You guys are my boost. You truly are. And I just want to let you know that I have reconnected with the man I believe to have been my twin flame. We did have a meeting. As far as he's going to help me to set forth my business. But the meeting was kind of like, just old friends coming together. And I think I found that moment where it was like, okay, wait, maybe this person was just here to really activate me and to open me up to my spiritual journey and my path. I had that focus, I had that love, but the love that I had was for a certain being, and it wasn't so much for myself. And as we speak about the twin flame journey and the unconditional love, it's almost like this whole awakening where we begin to see things and feel things in a different ray of light. So for me, coming together with him and meeting with him again really kind of closed that door and made me realize that I've been wrong about who my twin flame actually was. And I will say that like a lot of the readings that I had really resonated with him, but also I've been connected with a soulmate, and those readings can also and even more so resonate with him. So right now I'm not even looking for or putting a title on anything. I'm just going with the flow and enjoying life. But as I've pulled forth these cards, I really had to chuckle because a lot of what I'm seeing is a lot of what's going on right now with myself, including the Ganesh card. With the Ganesh card, which I will show you, is it's the Eye of Ganesh and it's understanding. And so right now, I really feel like coming together with this individual is really awakening more and more my Kundalini and taking me to another level of higher consciousness. My vibrations are being raised and my intuition is on point. Last night I sat and I had a full-on conversation with my spirit guide. I love her so much. She is such a comfort and such a mother. But I know this reading is probably going to be in 2 or 3 parts because there's a lot of stories coming out of it, but I want to resonate right now with the one that has been going on with me, and that is where we're coming together. And as we're coming together, and this is also in the cards, is we're coming together. For those of you that have had union or even, had that union and had that separation, and that union comes back and the separation, it's the coming together and just being that mirror, literally being that mirror, because as he's doing one thing, it's kind of triggering another thing in me. And that's where, I've reached that higher level of consciousness that I know, okay, this is my soul saying, this is an area that you need to deal with. This is an area that you need to heal. So even though we may be in a state of not communicating, I still feel that connection and I still feel his presence very well with me. It's hard to really put it in words, but to say that, the soul has no distance and no time. And it's a whole different concept. But I am, with this card of understanding, having to realize that I may be yet the more awakened one, the more spiritual one, and the one that would be the teacher on this twin flame quest. I don't know if I should even use the word quest, but on this twin flame journey that, I am to help heal, support, and just give him the love and nurturing that he needs to move forward. I do feel that at one point during us coming together, the Kundalini was awakening, and it is a lot going on with him and his ego. This is also something that I see in the cards where a lot of us are holding on to that ego, and it's almost like the soul is fighting. There's different health issues, pains here, headaches, back pains, because the Kundalini is that coiled snake on the bottom of our spine. And once awakened, it wants to travel up, and it wants to clear all of our chakras of the emotional debris and the blocks that we have, and the emotions that we hold to us. So a lot of my healing videos, I really encourage you to listen to, because we need to remove a lot of those blocks, and a lot of those blocks do stop the Kundalini from flowing. And if the Kundalini wants to flow faster, it will cause you to have different health issues. And in the back with the healing and bringing that oneness, the heart chakra, feeling that lack, or that sense of not being wanted or loved, to the throat chakra, where we're not able to voice our opinion, and we always put ourselves in the position of being neglected or taken advantage of, because we don't speak up and use that throat chakra. The third eye, where we kind of plug off the seat of the soul, which is where we get our visions and so forth, and in the sacred chakra, where we have our intuition. And that's when everything becomes a blur or confusion. So what I'm seeing a lot in the cards right now is that we do have that inner fight with the ego, that we are fighting with that ego, and we really need to come into that balance within our own ego and soul. We're embarking on this journey, and we're looking to the future. But as we're looking to the future, we also need to stay in the present and enjoy this moment, because we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. When we do get too far ahead of ourselves, we do become heavily burdened. A lot of us will tend to overanalyze, and we will carry those burdens on to the journey with us. So we're really needing to release and heal a lot. And I'm also feeling like almost like that tower coming in and being shaken up and rattled, things being pulled away and veils being removed. Again, as far as with my situation, the veil was removed because the person I thought to be, I feel now that wasn't. A lot of us are wanting to go forward, but we're also looking back, and we're remembering hurts and pains from the past. And that's right here where we have that struggle with our ego, and we're needing to release those hurts and those pains and those things that we're holding on to. So a lot of this may be forgiving people from the past that have hurt us, and it's time to release them. So if you've been in a relationship in a past and the person has cheated on you, you cannot have that mind frame that this person is also cheating with you because they need their space or they need their time. Each relationship is different, and that's where you're going to have to call in for the balance between your ego and your soul, okay? I do feel that there is a lot of work going on, a lot of work, a lot of growth. Again, where the veil is being lifted, our way of thinking is changing. I do see a lot of new opportunities and a lot of beginnings in a growth in a different direction. I see the Queen of Cups with her intuition just really growing and flourishing. She's walking into a whole new light and a whole new stance. The King of Swords, he knows the intellect and he knows the practicality that he needs to move in this journey and to go forward. We also have the King of Cups, and with the King of Cups, there we've got that love, we've got that offering, we've got that security, we've got it all going. But there are a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that we really need to embrace and embark on. Our soul right now is really yearning and really desiring that love and that affection, but we need to come to the realization that it is not just something that we're going to be doing on our own, okay? Even though we have been connected with our twin soul and there is this distance or separation between us, that we're not on this journey alone. And this is just saying, we're not on this journey alone. There will be pain, there will be suffering, but that's how our perception of it. So for me, looking at the perception of, this pain or this suffering, I'm seeing it as, okay, you know what, I'm going to learn and I'm going to grow from this situation. So even though we do feel the pain and the suffering, and up in the corner, you'll see a Kuan Yin, and it's enter the temple of jade. to enter the Jade Temple. And with this card, it's actually Kuan Yin is just telling us basically, even though there may be conflict and unrest in our life, that we need to still look and feel in with the peace, okay? So having that inner peace is something that we need to have, even though we have this conflict, even though we have, this disappointment. We need to remain in that peace and know that everything is as it should be. Do not focus so much on the things, again, becoming heavily burdened and overanalyzing things. It's time for you to walk in that truth, knowing who you are and that, you are called for a divine purpose here. I'm also seeing right here that amongst the, the inner fighting, that a lot of the ego is in this argumentative state. We've got a lot of ego going on, not only just with the ego going on, it's because things are changing and things are shifting. You're coming into this new awareness, you're coming into this new understanding, and you have a lot of doubt and you're not sure that what you're hearing or seeing is truth. So this is where you're really having to come deep within your soul, not your ego, because the ego is going to try and fight to stay alive. So a lot of you do have this inner argument inside of you. And again, that's where your balance is going to come. I'm seeing a lot of career choices that are going to be happening, a lot of movement. But don't be discouraged. Don't be have that fear. Don't guard your heart. Open up and let the flow. Okay. Seeing for some people, we've kept ourselves in this cage long enough, and it's time where our soul is just saying, you know what, this is it, enough's enough, and you want to be free. And again, that's enter the Jade Temple. Again, with the eye of Ganesh here, we have that understanding where, things may not be as they appear, but we need to understand every aspect of life, and that is coming in to this understanding that whether we have conflict, whether we have disappointment, whether we have, those ups and downs, those negatives and those positives, that we need to have the understanding that everything is as it is. And Lord Ganesh is wanting us all to know that, we have to come to some level of awareness and understanding that life is a process and we are just a small drop in the ocean. My other Ganesh card is also the positive outlook, which is just, again, telling us to keep the positive. Instead of speaking like, I can't do my business unless I have somebody that can financially support me. That's my falseness, and even though I met with my friend and he's going to see about getting some investments into my company, I really feel that God right now is telling me, you need to do this on your own. This is something that you're going to do on your own to release all the fear, and don't put those limitations or boundaries up, because you can do all things. You just have to have that positive outlook. And a lot of us don't have that positive outlook. A lot of that do put word curses over our life and over our situation. And this card, and Lord Ganesh is telling you to keep that positive outlook no matter what is going on in your life, that everything that we're going through is a lesson and it's to lead us into the divine. So just move forward, go with the flow, enjoy the moment, and release all those negative thoughts that you can't do a certain thing, or you can't be in love, or, have this job, or have this car, or have this home. You need to have that positive outlook, and you need to see things into existence. So it's almost like, just manifesting things and just having that understanding of that outlook. Also from the cards, I am feeling that there is a lot of movement that is going on. And again, I'm going to be taking this into a part 2 because I am running out of time. I do this recording from my cell phone, so I haven't messed around enough with my computer to do it from my webcam. So I'm going to pause now and hold that thought for the next video. Okay? To be continued.